sir.
Overweight time for voting.
You are correct.
Yeah, Suffrage.
Here's your next question. How often do you need to renew your passport after age 16?
You know
Every
that.
5 years, every 8 years, or every 10 years?
No, I don't know about the passport.
Every 5 years.
Sorry, it's actually every 10 years. That's all right, no fudge.
There was a team.
$1,000. Come on down here.
Hey, Mr. Jackson, are you still getting everything together?
Yeah, we about got it. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Okay. I didn't know.
Okay. I thought somebody was talking, but I couldn't hear anything. So, but I can hear you now.
Okay.
Could I get everybody that's logged on, if you could type your name in the chat, so we can have a record of everybody that's on. All right, Keontae, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Can you all hear me? Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for taking out your time to join on this call today as we discuss and give some resources to those seniors in Phillips County who are pursuing to go off to college. And so the UAPB Alumni Association of Phillips County has put together an event to try to help students along with the college admissions process, also to somewhat give some insight on the college experience as a student. We will have a student panel as well. And also we will give some I guess you could say some knowledge as alumni, being former students who graduated from UAPB and enter into the work world. And so during this time, we're definitely going to be informative. There's going to be a wealth of knowledge that's given today. But again, like I said before, I appreciate everyone that's able to join today. And so we'll go ahead and start it off with a welcome from Ms. Carlisa Scott, who's a member.
All right. Sorry, y'all. Good morning and welcome to the College 101. This virtual presentation brought to you by the Alumni Chapter, the UAPB AM&N Phillips County Alumni Chapter, through a partnership with the University of Arkansas at the Pine Bluff Office of Recruitment and the gracious host, Helena West Helena Central High School. A couple of quick housekeeping items. Please take this moment to make sure your devices are muted. If you have a question during the presentation, please type in the chat and the speaker will address it during the question and answer segment. There will be a drawing for prizes at the conclusion of this presentation. Students must have been logged on for the entire presentation to be entered into the drawing. Thank you, and I hope you all have a great time and get some information according to entering college and applying and all the tools we're bringing to you all today.
Thank you, Ms. Scott. I really appreciate it. As I stated before, my name is Keontae McCoy. I'm a 2013 graduate of the UAPB, After graduating college, I was a educator for 4 years prior to working in my current role. I currently work as the high school relations coordinator of Phillips Community College of the University of Arkansas. And a little bit about the job that I do is that I'm a college advisor for high school students who are taking colleges while still enrolled in high school. And I'm also the first-time advisor for high school students as they enter into their fall semester as a college student at Phillips. And so outside of that, I do presentations at the schools in our area. We have a lot of talks about the college admissions process, financial aid, scholarships, and things of that nature. And so that's pretty much the bulk of the job and the duties that I do currently. And so also the person that'll be helping me along with this presentation is Ms. Whitney Maya. She's also a graduate of UAPB. She does have some expertise in the college admissions field. I won't say a lot about her. I'll give her the floor to kind of give her intro as well before we start the presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Wendy Maya, like you said, 2017 graduate of UAPB. I was a mass communication major. Upon graduation, I taught at Central, excuse that sound. I taught at Central for a few years, and then this past year, I have been working with KIPP Delta and also the Delta College Attainment Network, which is an organization that works with students who graduate from 4 different high schools across the Delta. And I help students get in college, figure out how they're going to pay for college, and then the tools to be successful while they are there. And then we'll get into more information as we go forward.
All right, thank you, Ms. Maya. As you can see, we kind of have some experience in the field, helping students get into college and, helping them, navigate and be successful, also while they're there. And so I definitely reached out to her and asked if she could, join me and, help, moderate this session as well, because I feel as, if her expertise are needed and definitely are helpful. And so we'll go ahead and get started with the presentation. As before, Ms. Scott mentioned, if you have any questions, to drop them down in the chat box, and we're going to get to them at the end of the session. But also, before I start, let me go ahead and ask, those who are active to drop their names down in the chat. Also, the high school you're from, or if you, a current student at UAPB, just drop your tag, your information down in the chat box so people could know who you are as well. I forgot to mention that. And so while you guys are doing that, we'll go ahead and jump into the college presentation. So this first slide pretty much said go. You know, to sum it up, you know, go to college. And a few talking points that we'll, you know, touch bases on are, the first one is, you know, self-reflect and do some research. It's definitely important to know who you are, to know, you know, what you want to do, what type of school, you know, you want to go to, what type of environment you want to be in. You know, why do you want to go to college? What do you want to do after college? Like, are some self-reflection points or, you know, keys to start at. As far as the research, you know, do research on, you know, the colleges that you want to go to. I know we are always, you know, told to, hey, just apply. But, you know, some of us may apply but don't have any, you know, any type of, you know, destination. Hey, we're just out there applying, but we really don't have a goal in mind or, you know, of what we want to do or what we want to accomplish, but we just, you know, we're just applying. And so after you kind of self-reflect and do that research, you know, then you can choose where to apply. And so that will kind of like narrow it down, like, okay, well, these are the colleges that, you know, that's best, you know, what I want to do. If you know, pursuing to be a truck driver, you know, I wouldn't necessarily apply for a 4-year institution. I would probably apply for a trade school or a 2-year institution. Take standardized tests. That's a part of the college application, the college admission process. And I know during your junior year, you know, most students, well, the state kind of requires juniors to take the ACT during, you know, their junior year so they can at least see where they are. But we strongly encourage you guys to, you know, take it sooner than, you know, your junior year. Ms. Maya, do you have anything to add to that?
Okay, so I can say if you are a junior, like this is the perfect time to, yeah, self-reflect, what kind of school culture do I want and do I think that I could thrive in? There are some schools where they're very social. There are some schools where they're not, you know, not very social. It's just like go to class, do your thing. And it just depends on what type of person you are. So definitely, I know it was a pandemic this last year, but during a normal time, like you would go visit the school, like see what's going on. So do your research. Where to apply? My tip would be apply to 3 or 4 schools that you're for sure gonna get into, like with your scores, like you know your scores, GPA, ACT scores. Where am I definitely gonna get in? Where they're gonna give me a chance? And then of course, have like a dream school in there that you know, it's a possibility that, you know, they could take you and you could figure out the rest later, because that's what we are here for. Make sure you take your ACT. If it's not the score that you want, give yourself enough time to take it as many times as you need to get that score that you want. Back in my day, they just went with the composite score. Now you guys get a super score. So like things are getting better as far as access to college. So yay for that. And then, yeah, apply. Figure out ways. I always try to figure out ways to get you guys free applications. I'm talking to recruiters at different colleges. Like if we do it this night, like can my students from the Delta apply for free? So always during application time, hit me up because I'm going to be working on trying to get you those free applications because I don't believe in paying for applications. Anything else that anyone would like to add?
Yeah, I would just say that like all of these things are a part of the admissions process. So like the college that, you know, you're applying to, that you're, you know, that you're going to, right? Like you have to have like test scores as a part of the admissions, you know, to complete the admissions process. You have to have your test scores, you know, your official high school transcript, you know, shot records and things of that nature to actually be admitted, you know, into the school. Like that's a part of the admissions process to, you know, to complete it. But that's all I would add to that section.
Okay, so next, okay, so first is go, second is pay. Okay, so first thing, for our juniors this October, you need to be on it on getting your FAFSA filled in, and you have counselors that are willing to help you. You have me that's willing to help you fill out your FAFSA. There are documents that you need to get together. But yeah, that's the first thing. And the earlier you do it, sometimes they'll throw in that extra $500 to those who have completed it earlier. So the earlier you do it, the better. And then of course, grants, aka scholarships. Go ahead.
Ms. Mara, what college this is?
And I
This
birthday
is
called me
UAP.
this morning from Cook.
Okay.
Line
Okay. So we'll keep rolling. So FAFSA, that's the money you get from the government. Grants are award amounts that you get from different organizations that you might apply for. That's money you don't have to pay back. Loans, subsidized and unsubsidized. That's a situation by situation thing, because sometimes you don't need loans at all. And if you do, we would rather you take your subsidized loans and not your unsubsidized loans. But those are conversations that you'll have with your counselors at UAPB or, you know, your high school counselor or myself or Mr. McCoy. And we can talk about what's the best option for you financially. There's work study. And that's something when you fill out your FAFSA, they'll say, do you want to be considered for work study? You'll click yes, always click yes. And then once you get to school, it is your job to go to different departments and inquire if they are hiring students for work study that semester. You got to go early because your upperclassmen have already kind of been on campus to get a feel of what's out there. So as a freshman, make sure that you're out there early, like first week of school, okay? Trying to find something if that is a way that an avenue that you're gonna take to help fund your education. And of course, scholarships. For my seniors, we're gonna have to see if there are still scholarships being awarded at specifically UAPB, because I believe the deadline is usually in March. But we can ask that Ms. Castle that in a few moments. And then private scholarships, please, local scholarships are really your best bet because there's a smaller pool and you'll have a higher chance of getting those things. So it doesn't hurt to apply. Mr. McCoy.
Yeah, that was great. I was actually going to say something about the local scholarships, but you pretty much touched on that. As far as like those, you know, scholarships within the community at those local businesses, you know, I know Farm Bureau, you know, does a scholarship, the Rotary Club does a scholarship, just to name a few community partners or organizations who, you know, offer funds for students who are going to college. Will anybody else like to add anything to that? I will say that, you know, as far as the financial aid, if you are awarded, you know, Pell, I know the amount keeps going up each year, but I think that the total amount you can get is around $6,300, $6,300 a year, and that's split up into, you know, 2 semesters. And so if you're looking at, college, college is not free. It's definitely, I mean, you definitely have to pay for it. Even though, you may take out loans and you may complete your, your degree, but you still will have to somewhat, pay for their education. And so it's best to know the knowledge and everything on the front end prior to, enrolling in the college.
Can I answer Ms. Teresa's question now, or do we want to wait till the end?
I'm sorry, Wendy, I was answering it in the chat. If you want me to answer loud, I can, but this is Mrs. Castle, and I was just answering it in the chat as we speak.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Right. All right, well, we'll go ahead and move along to the next slide, which is stay. So go to college. You have to pay for it. And most importantly, stay. We want you to stay and endure until the end of, your term, until, all the classes, all the requirements are met. There's an old saying, finish what you start. And sometimes, when we start something, we may be eager and enthusiastic, but, certain challenges may occur. Certain obstacles may happen, and I think reaching out for help is the most important thing, which brings us to our first point, and that's utilize campus resources. Seek help if you're going through tough times, if you're going through difficult hardships. Speak up for yourself. Like you are the person who who's in charge. So if you're not asking for help, if you're not seeking assistance or advice, that could lead to you not no longer wanting to be in college. And so try to develop some good study habits. Once you reach out to those resources, I know at UAPB they're gonna welcome you with open arms, but they're not just gonna go knock and beat down your door because they don't know if you need help unless you say something about it. So those resources will help you develop good study habits and learning how to prioritize your time, having that good relationship with your advisor, the person who's creating your schedule, the person who's letting you know about let you know of your requirements that you need to take in order to graduate. So make sure that you keep a good relationship with that person, as well as those professors and your instructors. One of the things that I know that helped me succeed and persevere through was I was involved in a lot of campus activities on campus. From the start of my freshman year to senior year, being involved with the class senate and being a part of Black Male Achievers, being a part of the union programming board, being a part of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Like those things, those involvements helped me get through my journey there at UAPB. And most importantly, I had fun. Like even though everything wasn't peaches and cream for me, I still had fun. I still was able to persevere through certain things that I didn't think that I would persevere through. But I learned a lot about myself and my character through college because there were times that I wanted to give up and quit or transfer to another school. But as I stated before, starting what you finish is something that I live by, and something that I was able to accomplish during my time at UAPB. But I think these things, along with a lot of other things, such as support from administrators and leadership on campus, being welcome with open arms, like those are just little things that help me stay. And so I'll give the floor to Ms. Maya to add anything as it relates to staying and retaining, being able to retain and complete.
You're right. So UAPB is one of those universities that actually wants you to stay. You are actually important to the people that are there. And I can say, like, being involved in the campus will make you feel that much more pride where you do want to stay, where you do want to be an asset to your university. Because if you show your university love, they will definitely show you love back. And as Mr. Moko was saying, use those resources. We have tutors that are actually good. We have the writing center. If you really need help with your writing, they help. I believe Miss Victorian, she might be still over that. She's a great person. She's helped me when I was a student. Your study habits, learn yourself and how you learn and what you need to be successful. All these journeys are different, but if you do talk to advisors and professors, they will help you kind of find your groove as to how to stay on top of your tasks, and to, just have the academic success that you want. So introduce yourself to professors, let them know when you're struggling, because 9 times out of 10, they're willing to help you. Campus involvement, very important. If I was not in VESPER, if I was not working in the Office of Recruitment, I don't know if I would have made it, because when you're down and out, those are the people that will call you like, I haven't seen you on campus in 2 days. What's going on? And so just be involved, and then that's more accountability partners that will help you. And of course, have fun. You're young, just have fun and make sure that you're on your grind, as they would say.
Awesome.
Yeah, go pay and stay. If you have any further questions, drop them in the chat and there'll be a time. And then also our student panel who was there, it's been a minute for myself and some of the others, so they know exactly what's going on campus right now, as well as Ms. Cass.
Well, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great Saturday morning. My name is Constance Castle. I see my name here. So am I supposed to go next, or is there something else?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Miss Constance. I was breaking up. I didn't know if Maya had introduced you or not. I mean, Miss Maya had introduced you or not.
That's all right.
I am traveling, so I apologize. But yes, so that part was a little general information about the college process and what it takes to go, what it takes to pay and stay. And as we stated before, we are doing this event in partnership with the Office of Recruitment at UAPB. And today we have Miss Constance Castle, who will present some opportunities about UAPB and some more information that she has. And so please give your attention to Miss Castle.
Oh, thank you, Mr. McCoy. I really appreciate that. I needed any intro, but I just wanted to be sure it was my turn. I didn't want to get in front of anybody.
Yeah, no ma'am.
Thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate this opportunity. We, first of all, I want to say that at one time or another, we used to receive a lot of students out of the Phillips County area, and they matriculated and graduated, and we still receive some, but we would love to increase that number from you guys. So thank you again for allowing me to speak with you guys and to talk to you guys. Your recruiter for that area now will be a young lady who graduated in 2019. Her name is Deja Marshall, and she will be recruiting that area now. She just got started. But, you know, all of us recruit. Everybody in the office recruit. We recruit, and we don't, it doesn't matter what area you're coming from. We don't care. We just want to make sure that you have the correct information. And I'm going to share my screen now. I'm going to start off. I would like for you guys to see some of the information in our video. We have a video called We Are the Pride, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. You know, because some of you all have never visited our campus. And if you have come to a football game, you know, you've gone to the stadium, but you just don't really know from a student standpoint as to what's taking place on campus and the areas of major. They'll talk about some of that. After I finish that video, then I'll go into my presentation about what it's going to take for you as a senior and junior to come to UAPB, to be admitted. Some things have changed because of the pandemic, so I want to give you that information as well. But if you just allow me just a second, I'll share my screen and I will show you We Are the Pride. And let me go ahead and here we go. Okay, here we are.
The first aim of a good college is not to teach books, but the meaning and purpose of life. Hard study and the learning of books are only a means to this end. We develop power, courage, and determination, and we go out to achieve truth, wisdom, and justice. If we do not come to this, the cost of schooling is wasted. Since 1873, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff has been shaping the minds that continue to reshape the world. We are a family of educators and learners, and our tightly knit community fosters the intellectual and social development of a diverse student body, preparing them to be competitive in a global economy. UAPB is innovative and relevant. We are business titans, community leaders, life-saving physicians, groundbreaking scientists, record-breaking athletes, and visionary CEOs. We are dynamic, creative, and cutting edge. We are the Pride.
We're a united front. We're the Golden Lion Nation. If one person does something, we're all behind that one person. If one person falls, we're going to pick that person up.
We are a university that's been present in the community in this area for more than 143 years.
I think what finally sold me was seeing graduates who are now doctors.
University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, formerly AM&N College, has a tremendous history of people who've achieved great things. A lot of people don't realize that we had some incredible scientists to come to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. One of the greatest chemists, Samuel Massey, he was involved in the Manhattan Project. There also was Samuel Kuntz, who was a biology major there, and he went on to develop the research that led to transplantation of kidneys.
You know, usually the videos, you always wonder, do these people really go to the school? Is this like a fake recruitment video? And then as we started walking, one of the recruiters, he literally knew everyone's name. He'll stop and be like, oh, this is so-and-so, a biology major. This is like a family, like for you to know a student, like several students, not just one, but several, and it kept occurring. That really like made me appreciate I'm not a number at this school, I'm somebody that matters.
When you think about the world in general, everything is either grown or manufactured. What our jobs really do is they fit into any type of industry that you would think of. So it's one of the most diversified degrees that you would have on the campus. We had 100% placement of all our students in their field. And I think that's real important that people understand that when they get employed out of this major, they're going into their actual field of study.
For me, I knew I wanted to go into engineering. I knew that I wanted to build something. But I later found out that I couldn't just go out and just build something.
Career readiness is a hot topic. The first year, that they're on the campus, the decisions that they make can have an impact on their career decisions as well as their academics.
The problem with graduation is I'm not going to have 0 offers, is that I'm going to have too many. I'm going to have to pick and choose where I want to go, which one's going to suit me and the type of location I want to be in.
The Office of Career Services is the most important office on this campus. At our most recent career fair, we had 181 representatives from business, government, school districts, and professional schools.
At University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, we have a great immersive 3D laboratory. They call the Lion Cave. In the Lion Cave, we do visualization research. We work with students who are STEM majors, who are interested in engineering. We also do outreach to K through 12 teachers and completing research on how students learn as well as how teachers teach. We are a part of this community. We're doing more than just educating on the campus, but our outreach is reaching people throughout the Arkansas Delta and across the state of Arkansas.
UAPB has one of the top aquaculture and fisheries programs in the United States. It's partly because this is an excellent place to address research needs of the commercial aquaculture industry.
These professors or researchers are well known in the world actually. Back home when I was in India, I already knew about this research.
About 10 years ago or so, we started getting a lot of competition from foreign imports.
I choose aquaculture because the place where I grow, it's a well known for aquaculture production in India.
If you're not raising a high value species, it's very hard to maintain your competitive edge. It's hard to make a profit, but what we can compete on is technology and information transmission. So a lot of people come here from other countries just to learn more about the technology.
I decided to choose the university where I can work and matches my interests. So I choose the UAPB is the best schools offering aquaculture in the United States.
We need to get the word out more. We need to spread the word of the facilities that we have here, the researchers that we have here, and at least 50% of our faculty have international experience as well. So, we're poised to make a big impact locally, nationally, and also internationally.
Any career that a person chooses, it should reflect them and who they are as a person. With nursing, you can choose so many different career paths. If you're interested in children, you could be a pediatrics nurse, or if you're interested in the elderly, you could be a geriatrics nurse. Well, when I came here for the tour of UAPB, they were telling me about a Lions program that you can do in the summer.
The Lions program is a 5-week residential program for new freshmen, new first-time, full-time freshmen coming to UAPB. At the end of the 5 weeks, those students have now made a successful residential experience at UAPB. The Lions students are graduating both in 5 years and in 6 years at almost twice the rate of the students who do not participate.
It was really fun. On top of that, we did have to go to class, so they were very focused on keeping yourself on the right path and just remaining focused on what you're here to do.
The Student Success Center was created to provide students a place to go as a one-stop shop for assistance in tutoring, assistance with financial balances, book scholarships. We also do the retention within the Student Success Center.
Many students are not quite sure where they need to get help from, and if they know that the Student Success Center is there and the programs that are provided by the Student Success Center, they know they can go there. And it helps the students develop a sense of belonging, that they really belong at UAPB.
This lab attracts lots of students from even other countries, Nepal, Bangladesh, Guyana.
Coming to UAPB as an international student, I'm originally from South America, from Guyana. I remember quite a few of my professors turning up to my door and bringing me groceries and coming to check on my family.
UAPB plays a very important role in Arkansas agriculture industry. We have lots of extension faculty, work with minority farmers, large farmers, and we conduct workshops and trainings. So we help a lot of farmers through that program.
Ultimately, as a result of having clean and quality planting material, the whole idea is to improve their yields and leading up to better incomes for farmers.
I'm from Puebla, Mexico. I played a couple of years at a community college in Kansas, and then I decided to transfer here with some of my teammates. I just thought it was a good opportunity soccer-wise and also academically to just pursue my major and keep playing soccer. I tutor Spanish and English and a little bit of math, so it helps me think outside the box in how to present stuff. We have a lot of different ethnicities and races. It doesn't matter where you're from, you're gonna feel comfortable coming here.
Every game, essentially, during that time, growing up, was a special event. Homecoming became even more special because people who had moved away, who had been doing marvelous things, we were motivated by seeing them and talking to those people that this is what our life was going to be like. I had a very good experience with my professors, and I knew that I couldn't fail anywhere I go. I come from a long line of family members who attended the university. My mother and father were graduates. 3 of my uncles were graduates, and I have a number of cousins who are also graduates. And my son later on chose to follow me there as well. I'm so proud when I go to graduations. The pride gets larger and larger and larger, and it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. So when you hear that rite of passage and you see those young people and they get excited about going out into the real world, it just grips you by your heart and makes you just so proud because it's part of the pride.
We are family.
We are one.
We are the Golden Lions.
We are the Golden Lions.
We are the pride.
We are the pride.
We are the pride.
All right. So hopefully you guys will have some questions for me here later in the presentation. But I just wanted to show you a little bit about who we are and what we have to offer. I appreciate Mr. McCoy and Ms. Maya. I remember them as students on the campus, and I appreciate them for stepping up and being sure that they are working in their area to help students such as yourself to educate you about not just UAPB, but about college. But we hope that it is also education about UAPB because many different myths out there that people don't understand, or that because they have not been to our campus, they think that UAPB is not or cannot be a school for them. As you've seen from the video, UAPB is a school for everyone and can be a school for you. I just want to let you know that this season, our applications fee, Ms. Maya say that, she tries to make sure that students don't have to pay an application fee. Application fee is free this year. Application only costs $25. However, in our for our university, what takes place is that the fee is waived this season because of COVID. So if you are a senior or a junior, go ahead and apply now to our university. Go ahead and apply. Apply at uapb.edu, and it's very simple. Just click apply. And once you get to our application and you complete it, it's whether you want to pay now, pay later, or waiver, just click pay later or waiver, and that will release your application to us, and we will be able to send you something letting you know that we need some other information from you. But before I go any further, I do want to introduce my next PowerPoint, and this PowerPoint is for you all. You see, we start recruiting students very early on. That's a baby there in front of our library where we have a statue of a golden lion. And so we want to start recruiting our students very early so they can start to learn about our campus and start to learn our campus. So welcome to the Pride, welcome to UAPB. This next slide, I want you to put your picture in there. I want you to become a part of the Pride, just as Ms. Maya is, just as Ms. McCoy is. We want you guys to become a part of the Pride so that you can then come back and give back to your community. This is our recruitment team. We have had some changes in our team. Miss McKenzie is no longer with the recruitment office, but she has moved down to athletics. And Miss Riles is now our director of recruitment. But you see myself, I am Constance Castro. We have Miss Kirkland, who is actually our scholarship coordinator. We have Mr. Strong, who is our webmaster. He takes care of our recruitment Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram pages. And then we have Mr. Watson, who is our tour coordinator and who also recruits Central Arkansas as well. And you're more than welcome to screenshot any of these slides because it has our information there and we want to be available to be contacted by you. So you will see our email addresses as well as our phone numbers below. That way you can reach us directly and you won't have to go through the UAPB operator. But just in case, you can always go to www.uapb.edu and you can go to the recruitment page. This information is available there as well. So please screenshot any of these slides that you would like. Just a few quick facts about UAPB. I know that you've had your sponsors and coordinators. I know that they may have told you some things, but I just want to hit on it again. We were founded in 1873, roughly about 8 years after slavery ended. We are the second oldest institution in the state of Arkansas, and we are very proud of that. We are over 148 years strong, and we continue to remain strong as we continue to educate students from inside the state, students from the Delta, students from outside of the state. So we want to be there for you all. We have 52 degree programs on our campus. 30 of those are bachelor's degree programs. We have 8 masters. We have a 9th in the works at this time. We will have an MBA program on our campus, a ninth master's degree program on our campus this fall within the School of Business, Masters of Business Administration. We have the most unique PhD program inside the state and outside of the state. This is one of the most unique programs in the country. And that's what we talked a lot about on that video you just saw, which is our PhD in aquaculture fisheries. We have 7 associate degrees, and we also have 6 certificates that we offer to our students as well. We have a student, female to male population of 52% female, 48% male. Our student-teacher ratio is 1 in 16 and 1 in 18, which means that we have the smaller classroom settings on our campus. We like that intimate setting because, you know, and the higher you go in your studies, once you become a junior and senior, you may not see 16 people. You may start to see, you know, 10, 5. It depends on the area of major. But we like that intimate setting because we get to know you as a student and not as a number. So we have roughly about 3,000 students on our campus. And we are a Division I school. We have 14 Division I athletic programs. And I will have the information for those coaches as well as the information for band towards the end of this presentation. But I want you guys to know that we do have things available to you on our campus. As you saw in the video, we have an Office of Career Services, but we also have a Student Success Center. So when you don't know where to go, that's where you go, the Student Success Center. Our admission requirements, as I told you earlier, for this season, our admissions requirements only require you to have a transcript with a 2.0 grade point average and your shot record. Because we are test flexible this year, because of COVID, we realized that a lot of students have not had an opportunity to take the ACT like they want to take it or take it at all. So we are test flexible, which simply means we're going to accept your transcript with a 2.0 grade point average as well as your shot record, but we will still give you what's called the AccuPlacer test. The AccuPlacer will let us know if you need remedial courses or if you do not need remedial courses, if you have not taken the ACT. If you've taken the ACT, send us that ACT as well. That way we can go ahead and start placing you in those courses. But just know, you can take the AccuPlacer. If you have not taken the ACT, you can take the AccuPlacer at home where you are now and simply send those scores to us. It's a national test, and we can pull those scores, but you can let us know, look, I took the AccuPlacer in my hometown and my scores are available to you. So that's one great thing about being admitted this year. So we want you guys, if you're juniors, or seniors, go ahead and apply now and start sending us that information. And again, as I mentioned earlier, our application fee is waived. Juniors and seniors, this is a great time to go ahead and apply, get your application in. You know, a lot of schools do have the application fee, and some of their fees are more than others. Ours is $25. However, you don't have to worry about that this season because it is free. Again, that application fee is waived. Just simply go to apply now. Once you complete the application, then it will ask you if you want to pay later, pay now, or waiver. You can click either waiver or pay later, and that will release your application to us. And then we will send you something stating that we simply need your shot record and your transcript. If for whatever reason, say that your counselor's not in or you can't get it to us, just give me a call. We have the ability, because you are inside the state of Arkansas, we can get that pulled through our Office of Admissions. So don't worry about it if you can't get your counselor or your admissions counselor or a teacher to get that information to us. The next slide is about cost of attendance. And I heard Mr. McCoy and Ms. Maya speak very well about the cost of attendance and how you can cut your costs down. But we are one of the most affordable four-year colleges in the state of Arkansas, even outside of the state of Arkansas. So for you all who are in state, if you want to take 15 college credit hours, live on campus, eat in the cafeteria, and that's your room and board, as well as some other various fees, you're going to roughly pay about $6,700 per semester. That's $6,700 per semester. And this estimate is based on 15 college credit hours in our middle dormitory, which is our honors dormitory, the Johnny B. Johnson. We want to make sure that we get you the right information, especially when it comes to paying. We realize and recognize that some students may not receive a lot of scholarship money. Some may not receive any scholarship money. So completing your FAFSA is imperative. You may not want to take out several loans if you want to come to college, and because your scores are not where they necessarily want to be as far as a student, you may need to pay for college your first year. But we have a variety of ways that you can go about receiving other scholarships once you are on our campus. So just keep that in mind. But this year, I'll talk about our scholarships that we have for this season. And our scholarship application, because of COVID, it is still available to our students. We just want you to know that we need you to go to uapb.edu and look for scholarships and click on it and apply now. And after my presentation, I'm going to put the scholarship link in the chat.
This morning, girl, they just had me up there doing her makeup.
And I'll go ahead and place the apply.
Third time.
Okay, I'll just wait just a second. I think somebody's mic is open.
First time I was scared and I was having dreams about it. Nightmares. Hold on.
Okay, I think somebody's mic is open, so all right. So again, I'm going to place in the chat, once my presentation is complete, in the chat, the apply link. I'll also place the scholarship link. I'll place in there the link for those that may be sophomores or freshmen. I'll place a prospect card link in the chat as well, so that you can contact us at any time. But as you can see, the scholarships that are listed here, if you simply have a 17 on the ACT and the equivalent on the SAT and a 2.5 grade point average, you can earn at least $1,000 scholarship to come to UAPB. It goes all the way to above the 4.0 grade point average and above the 36 on the ACT. If you are a student who has a 3.75 and a 28 on the ACT, you'll receive the Chancellor Scholarship, and that's $16,500 per year. So we want you guys to go ahead and apply. The most popular scholarship that we have available is called our Dean's Tuition Scholarship. That's the most popular because a lot of students can make that threshold of a 21. So a lot of students apply for this. If you have at least a 3.25 grade point average and a 21 on the ACT, you will earn the Dean's Tuition Scholarship. That scholarship pays your tuition every semester for 4 years. So we want you to know for 8 semesters for 4 years, your tuition is paid. You don't have to worry about your tuition. The only thing that you need to make sure is that your FAFSA is completed. If you receive any Pell Grant, that can go towards helping pay for your dormitory room, your meal plan, and some of your other fees. But that's the most popular scholarship. If you say, well, Ms. Castle, I've taken an ACT. I took it when I was a junior and I scored a 23 or 24. My grade point average is above the 3.5. Then you will earn what we call a university scholarship. That university scholarship pays for your tuition, your room and board, and that's tuition up to 15 hours, your dormitory room, and your meal plan. That money is enough money to cover those 2 areas for 4 years. So we want you to know that we do have 4-year scholarships and they are still available. We just simply need you to go apply for admissions, and then you have to apply for scholarships. If you do not apply for admissions, then you'll receive a letter back stating that, you know, because you have not applied for admissions, we can't consider you for scholarships. So please don't make that the case. Apply for admission so we can be sure that you can be admitted to the university, which I'm quite sure a lot of you will qualify. We only need your ACT score, SAT score for scholarship. Again, for the admissions piece, we don't need the ACT score, but because our scholarships are very competitive, we would definitely need that ACT or SAT score so that we can go in and place you with the correct scholarship. But these types of scholarships are not the only scholarships that we have. We also have service-based scholarships. As I told you earlier, from athletics, we have 14 Division I athletic sports. We have football, men and women's basketball. We have baseball, softball, track and field, cross country. We have golf. We have volleyball, women's volleyball, and we also have women's soccer. If you are athletic in any sense of the word athletic, please go ahead and make sure that you have a video of yourself so that you can contact the coaches. You can copy us or me in the email that you send to them. That way, they'll have your information. You can be sure to go ahead and do that. But we also have band scholarships. Mr. Graham, who wanted to be on today because he wants to audition students from your area, you just simply need to audition. If you play a brass instrument or a woodwind instrument, you just need to know your scales and a prepared piece. If you are a percussionist who plays the snare drum, or you may say, I play the tenor drum or the quads, you can go in as long as you know your rudiments on your snare drum, and as long as you know how to play your scales on a marimba, you can qualify for a band scholarship with M4. M4 marches about 300 students at a time, and they come from all over the country. Our Vesper Choir is world renowned, not just nationally, but world renowned. They've actually been to Italy. They've sang at the Vatican for the Pope. They've been to Spain. You just simply need to contact Mr. Liddell, and you know how to sing your scales and have a prepared piece. And he has the ability to offer you a scholarship as well. If you say, well, I am more of a cheerleader, we have 3 spirit teams on our campus. We have our all-girl pom teams. We have 2 of those. And then we have 1 co-ed team with guys and girls. If you know how to fly, just simply go in and apply or send that information to Ms. Blunt. Ms. Blunt is the coordinator of our spirit teams at bluntk@uapb.edu. For those of you all who say, well, I want to come to school, I don't want to take out any loans, but I would like to have a career in military ROTC. You don't have to have had military science in high school. That is not a requirement. You just simply need to want to be in ROTC, our military science program, when you come to college. If you receive a scholarship for military science, that means that you will have at least a 2.5 grade point average, as well as a 19 on the ACT. The military science scholarship will cover your tuition. They will cover your room and board, which is your meal plan and your dormitory room. They will pay for your books. They will cover your fees. They will also give you a stipend in your pocket every month until you graduate, as long as you're with military science. And the great thing about military science is that you become a commissioned officer once you're graduating. We graduate roughly or commission roughly anywhere from 3 to 5 students every semester. And that's an awesome feat for those young people because they have really worked hard and they go into the military as second lieutenants. They make roughly $60,000 a year and they go to their duty posts and they're in charge of roughly about 25 or more people that they have under their watch. Military science is also good. If you go into the military science area, if you're majoring in biology, military science will pay for your medical school. They will pay for your dental school. They will pay for your nursing school. So that's another option for those of you all who say, well, I can't go the traditional route of academic scholarships, but I do think I want to apply for one of those. And last but not least, another service scholarship is our agriculture scholarship 1890. Now there are two. We have one 1890 scholarship for our campus. Right now, Dr. White is over that scholarship. And if you really want to go ahead and apply, even though the deadline was 2 days ago, if you go to the website, it's still there. Go ahead and apply for it. If you want to major in any type of agriculture, animal science, you want to major in any of those things, plant science, please go ahead and apply for that scholarship. If you say, well, I'm just not sure, I don't know, the second, the National Agricultural 1890 Scholarship is for any major. You just simply need to go and apply, and it is online. You can go to it even on our website. So please go to that. Our transfer scholarship, have some transfer students on here. I won't review all of them, but I will tell you about the one transfer scholarship. If you decide to go to another school and you say, well, I don't know if UAPB is for me, but you go to the other school and then you realize that, well, UAPB might be for me, as long as you've maintained a 2.5 grade point average where you are, and you have at least 30 to 59 hours, you can transfer and we will give you what we call the Pride Transfer Scholarship. Now, I don't suggest that you try another school first, but just in case you don't believe that we are for you and you do go to another school, that means that you've been on their campus for 1 year with 30 college credit hours and you have maintained at least a 2.5. You can transfer to UAPB. All right. So with summer programs, we have 2 summer programs on our campus for graduating seniors. But let me talk about the one that we have that's for those that are not graduating seniors. If you are between the ages of 13 and 17 years old and you want to come to our campus free, again, that's free, 13 to 17 years of age, and you want to come free, we have what's called Ag Discovery. And Mr. Willie Columbus is over this area. Mr. Willie Columbus will work with you guys. You will come to our campus, stay on our campus. You will eat in the calf. You simply need to bring your clothes and yourself. If you want to bring spending change, you can, but we're going to take care of you while you're on our campus. And after the end of the 2 weeks, then you'll be able to go home. But you will have then had an awesome learning experience with doing different types of things in the agriculture area, learning different types of mathematics along with other sciences as well. So that's for that age group 13 to 17. For those that are graduating seniors, the first summer program that we have available for you guys, it's called our Lions program. It's Learning Institute and Opportunities for New Students. Now, this is like a summer bridge program. It doesn't matter if you have a 2.0 and a 15 on the ACT, or if you have a 4.2 grade point average and a 29. We have had students to participate in the Lions program that have had scores that vary like that. So it's a summer bridge program. You come to summer school, our second summer session. It costs $625. Now, you can't go to summer school at a college for $625. Let me make that plain, first of all. So this is like a discounted rate for you guys. We want you to enroll in 6 college credit hours. It gives you an opportunity to get a feel for the campus and what our campus has to offer. The $500, it goes to the Lions program. It helps take care of fees and then other things that they purchase for the Lions program, but the $125, it goes to your deposit for your dormitory room for the summer and your dormitory room for the fall semester. Because if you come to the Summer Bridge program, you have to attend UAPB at least for the following year. So you can't come to summer school and say, well, now I changed my mind and I want to go to another school. You have to come to UAPB. And it's not a bad program at all. It allows you to go through a 5-week process, early registration. You do college knowledge workshops. And this is a photograph of our 2019 Lions program. The students that are in the bright gold shirts, those are actually students that work the program. The other students are Lion program participants. They are incoming freshmen. And in 2019, this was the last photograph that we had of them before the pandemic. We did the Lions program in 2020, but it was all virtual, of course, because of the pandemic. But when you come, you become a part of our family, and the students, just like Mr. McCoy and Ms. Meyer are telling you, you become a family and they embrace you, and the students tell you about their experiences. They help you navigate through campus by telling you what buildings are what buildings, and then the instructors. So they just kind of wrap their arms around you and talk to you. The next summer program is our STEM Academy. Now, if you don't want to be a part of the Lions program, but you say, I want to major in one of the sciences, I want to major in computer science, technology, engineering, industrial technology, or mathematics. And now STEM is open to mathematics for educators. So you can do math education as well as mathematics for business and be a part of STEM. This is a 6-week program, but the difference in STEM and Lions is that you receive a stipend of $1,200. So you'll come to campus the second week of June. Once you graduate, you'll come the second week of June. If you have applied and been accepted to STEM Academy, they will pay you a $1,200 stipend. Then they will pay you $200 a month until you graduate. So that in itself is a great opportunity. It opens up internships. You heard Ms. Cherry on the video earlier talking about the Office of Career Services and the businesses that we have come on campus to do internships. And then STEM, they also have their own area where they do the internships. They have networking opportunities, and they have lecture series by those professionals in those areas for STEM. And this is just another graph to show you the cycle of STEM and how it goes. So we want anyone that wants to major in the STEM Academy area, we want you guys to go ahead and sign up now. M4, as I promised you earlier, M4, please screenshot these contact information. If you think you want to be a golden girl or golden silk, you want to dance, you want to twirl a flag, and you don't have to know how to twirl a flag in order to be a member of the 24-karat golden silk. They will teach you. So if you want to dance with the golden girls or the golden silks, or if you just want to play an instrument, Mr. Graham, Mr. Fuster, Mr. Evans. Mr. Graham is our head band director. Mr. Fuster and Mr. Evans are our assistant band directors. Please screenshot this and contact them. They give the Golden Girls and Golden Silk scholarships as well. They give the Wind Player scholarships. So we want you guys to have that opportunity to contact them so that you can do that. In athletics, as I promised earlier, the contact information is here. Coach James is our head baseball coach. Coach Gamble is the head football coach. Coach Ivory is the head men's basketball coach. Coach Brown is the head women's basketball coach. Coach McCoy is the head men's and women's cross country, track and field coach. Coach Bumpers is the head softball coach. Coach Lucas, and shout out to the volleyball girls because they're doing awesome work on the team right now. Coach Lucas is the head women's volleyball coach, and Coach Sahlberg is the head women's soccer coach. And last but not least, Coach Totten is the head men's golf coach. So please screenshot the coaches and their email addresses as well as their phone numbers. Please, when you email them, please don't forget to attach a copy of a video or your statistics so that they will see what you're doing and how you're doing in that area of athletics. If you forget, just simply give me a call. This last picture is to show you how we embrace one another and some of the different activities on campus. We have over 120 organizations on our campus. I know I've spoken a lot about academics, but we do have fun on our campus. Our students enjoy it. So, you know, we have the Student Government Association. We have Mr. and Mrs. UAPB, and you might recognize Mr. Jalen. Jalen was Mr. UAPB, not this past year, but the year before last. And Jalen is a proud home person of Helena. He loves it. And, you know, we just have a lot of students on our campus. So if you want to become a part of one of the organizations, whether it's one of the spirit teams, one of the athletic teams, whether it's SGA, one of the queens, the junior class president or whatever, please come to UAPB so you can embody that experience. And in the end, that picture in the corner where you see the chancellor with those graduates, that's the end game. UAPB, we want to get you educated. We want to get you graduated, but we also want to get you connected with other alumni so that if you need any type of help, if you need any networking opportunities, like going to different positions with your job, we want you to be able to do that. And here we are with the Office of Recruitment. You can contact us. Hopefully you screenshot those others, but you can always go to uapb.edu, or you can contact us via phone at 800-264-UAPB. That's 800-264-8272. Or we're also on social media. As I told you, Mr. Strong, he is on social media. He makes sure that he checks to see if students have any questions or concern. We are on Facebook at UAPB Recruitment Office. We're on Twitter at UAPB Recruitment, and we're also on Instagram at UAPB Recruitment Office. So again, I want to thank you guys for this opportunity, and I hope that I've somewhat answered some of the questions that you have. If I have not, please place them in the chat. I will be more than happy to place those answers in there for you. And if I don't know, I will definitely put someone's name and email address in there that can answer that question to help you out. But we love this area, and we want to see more of our students come from the Phillips County area. So again, thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Castle, for that wonderful information about the university. Students, I hope that, you know, she answered some of your questions, illuminated some myths, and if you have any further questions, she gave you her contact information. You can also contact me or any of the alumni on this panel about any questions that you may have further to get you started on the application process. I know that we're a little bit over time, but I would love to hear from our student panel. So I'm going to give the floor to the students, Ms. Scott, Mr. Simpson, Ms. Guy, and Ms. Allen, if she is here. And I have, that's what you can start off with in the chat. So if you could give us your name, your high school graduation year, your classification, major, and why UAPB, and then we can start some of the dialogue. And whoever wants to go first can go first.
I'll go. Trying to start my video up here. Hello, you guys. My name is Brianna Guy, and I am a freshman here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, majoring in secondary education and also physical education with a minor in English education. Just trying to couple some things so I can basically get the career that I want. But I chose UAPB because of it's really family community knit, and I felt like it would really be home for me. Financially, it was a great opportunity for me to come here. So that's why I chose UAPB.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kobe Simpson, and I'm a nursing major. I'm currently a junior here at UAPB, and I chose UAPB because of the scholarship. UAPB offered me a full ride, so I didn't have to pay for anything coming here, and that just goes to show why you should do well on your ACT, keep those grades up, because UAPB will offer you money for those things. And UAPB was kind of like family to me because I had family to go to UAPB, so I was introduced to the university pretty early, and I like the atmosphere at UAPB and how they just treated me. Like when I came on campus for a visit, they were just very open minded, and they just made it seem like it was just be home for me. And so I chose to go to UAPB.
Hey, Kobe, I'm sorry, this is Castle. Can you tell them as well, what did you have an opportunity to do? Because, you know, you're a nursing major and I saw you in there when we were having, you know, that nursing event. Can you tell them what you had the opportunity to help assist with?
Okay. One thing about UAPB, they will prepare you for life after college. And by doing that, since I'm a nursing major, they allowed me to administer COVID vaccines. We are administering, well, the vaccines are offered to all the UAPB students. So when you come to campus, you'll have the chance to take your COVID vaccine. So this just protect you. So, you know, you'll be safe from COVID and all of that. And I was taught how to give injections, and then I went in the gym. We had a vaccination clinic, and I was able to vaccinate students and as well as people in the community. And it was a great experience, and it was just a good hands-on learning experience for me. And UAPB offered that for me, and so I was very grateful and thankful to be able to be a part of it.
Okay, I can go next. Hello, everyone. My name is Montreal Allen. I am a junior at the university, majoring in political science. I am also a Central High School graduate. I graduated in 2018. Why did I choose UAPB? I chose the university because just piggybacking off what everybody else says is really like being at home, my home away from home. I was introduced to the university early. I started coming to Line Fever Day my sophomore year up until my senior year. And I loved it. Every time I went, every time I was at even events that had nothing to do with with like people just coming. I was just coming to come on weekends or anything. So, and then also a couple of scholarships too as well. So yes, and I feel like I wouldn't have been growing how I've been growing, and I don't think I would have liked it anywhere else. So very happy with my decision. I love Dear Mother. So I'm done.
Hello, everybody. I'm Regine Scott. I graduated from Central High School in 2017. I am now a graduating senior come May the 9th from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. My major is multimedia communications with an interest in broadcast journalism. I chose UAPB because, like most of my family members, attended before me. My mom, my dad, my older sister. And like Montreal said, I was there every weekend. I believe I made my older sister take me to UAPB for every event that they had. If it wasn't a pageant, sneaking to homecoming, I was there trying to ride her coattails. And so I had an amazing experience just watching her be a student. And I decided to attend the Lions program to get a feel for myself. And I really enjoyed it. I came in with a 4.0 from taking those two classes as Ms. Castle talked about. And so it was an amazing opportunity for me. And I'm glad I chose UAPB.
Thank you so much, guys. And so we have a couple of topics that Mr. McCoy and I touched on just a little bit, but you're there right now and you have a closer relationship with the campus. So any one of you could pick any one of these topics just to talk about a little bit your experience that you've had. And just share with the students that we have on here what you've gone through, what you've overcame, things that you've learned or that surprised you, just so they can get a perspective from a student. And you guys, this is your show, so whoever wants to go first.
I'll start. One thing about UAPB that I feel like is very important with your college experience is get to know your professors, because I mean, to be honest, colleges will get challenging, and with the workload and other things that going on campus, you just need to stay focused. So if you build that relationship with your teachers, they'll be willing to help you more often. And like for example, I was having trouble, and since I'm a nursing student, I just had a lot of trouble because it gets heavy with a lot of work. And I was real close to one of my teachers. She was able to give me her personal cell number, and whenever I had questions, or I just needed to be further explain some material, she was just very open to help me, and I ended up with the A in the class just because of that. Just establishing that rapport with my teacher.
Okay, so I can go next. I will talk about managing time. One thing I found out is high school is a whole different ball game from college. So you need to like manage your time seriously, because in college, like they can give you, your professor can give you a paper and it'll be due in 2 weeks, right? So 2 weeks goes by fast, but you think that you have a lot of time. Next thing you know, the 2 weeks are here. You got that essay due, plus like 3 to 4 more other assignments from your other classes. So just manage your time. It's college, so it's an event. If you miss an event today, it's gonna be one tomorrow. It's gonna be one the next day. So don't think you have to go to everything. Like manage time to hang out, manage time to study, manage time to get your work done, take care of your business, and remember why you were there in the first place. So that's very important. And also to definitely get to know your professors. There's nothing wrong with sitting in the front of the class. Just talking to them, going to their office hours, making that connection, because sometimes we forget. So some of them might be a little lenient, if they know you and you miss something, you go ahead and turn it in. And then also too, like, don't be that person. It's a lot of people when it's midterms or finals, that's when they want to get to know the professors. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get to know them as soon as you walk in the door, so they know your faces, because 9 times out of 10, you trying to get to know them when it count, don't work like that. So that's what I have to say on that.
I can go behind Montreal when she talks about time management. Right about now with COVID, we don't really have many in-person classes. So we're doing pretty much everything online. And how she said, you'll have an assignment due within 2 weeks or so. That time actually does go by fast, and especially when you're not in class with your professors. For me, for example, I'm used to communicate in person around people, and also I'm a hands-on learner. So with everything being online and me forced to be in my room to complete assignments and things of that nature, it's pretty difficult with time management. You actually have to create your own schedule. Although you have those different Zooms and things to attend on, your computer or whatever, it's totally different from actually getting up, starting your day, getting dressed, and actually going out to a classroom. So with time management, you really just have to be on yourself with that. Make sure you get up on time to do your assignments and all of that. Classes have kind of started a little bit. I know I have one class about every Wednesday at 8 in the morning, and it's totally different from high school. 8 a.m. and being at high school around 7:45 is totally different. I was actually late, but having my connection and my relationship with my advisor actually helped me or whatever. So I was about 30 to 40 minutes late for my 8 a.m. last Wednesday. And my advisor, not my advisor, my teacher, my professor, he gave me grace. He accepted the fact that, okay, you haven't been into any in-class, classes or whatever. You haven't had to get up and actually get dressed and come. So I'm going to give you grace or whatever. Just make sure that you're on time any other time, and make sure that you have time and that you set aside time to get your work done, to join those Zooms, and to actually just be here in person on time. So make those connections with your professors, because you will need them not only during those midterm times, but throughout the semester as well. And also make sure that you're really stern about your time and your time management. Okay. I would like to speak about resources and where to find help. As an incoming freshman, it's very important to stay in your advisor's office, because it's easy to get off task. You don't always know where to go, who do you need to be in touch with, and they are there to guide you and help you progress, easily through campus. After freshman year, there's this thing called the sophomore series programs, and it comes out of the student success office. So that's to also keep you on track your second year of college. And then after that, you're in your program. And so you speak with the chairs of your department and things like that. So once you declare a major, there's going to be somebody over your department that's there to help you. I also would like to talk about campus involvement. It is very important to be involved on campus. I think I chose to be in everybody's office so they'll know my name. So when I asked for some money, they didn't mind giving it to me. I'm not an athlete. I didn't play sports. I stayed in recruitment office asking for $500, and I could get it because I was involved. They knew that I was on SGA's election board. I was on Black Essence modeling team. I was a part of Circle of Pride, and I also was a part of the Lions program club. So they had saw my face and heard my name so much that when I needed something, they didn't mind giving it to me. So campus involvement is very important. The whole time, not just freshman year, from freshman year to senior year, it is important to be involved.
Can I speak one more time? I'm sorry. Just
Go ahead.
Off of what Regine was talking about being involved, that's very important. Like get involved, and also like you can come into college with people that you know, but also like hang out with people that you never met before. Like sit by somebody that you don't know their name. Try to figure out their name, where they from. Y'all might have something in common, or things that y'all like to do together, just so you can have a different friend group. Meet new people. That's what college is about. You can definitely still have your friends from back home, because I was freshman year and my sophomore year, I was roommates with my friend from home. But we also, like, she had her group of friends and then I had my group of friends as well, because that's just very important. Like you will want that. And then just so people can know your face. Like you don't want to be in your room all day. Like get out, go to activities. It's all kinds, especially freshmen. Like we have so many activities. This whole freshman week before school even starts. Go to every single event that they have for the freshman week, because like we upperclassmen, we finna leave, we want to get to know who coming to our school. We want to meet y'all, we want to know y'all. So that's very important.
Does anyone have anything to add to any of these sentiments? Any final remarks from our student panel?
Yes, I had one question. Well, I wouldn't say, well, yeah, one question, but for the panel, because I'm under the impression that some of you, well, Brianna, you went to UAPB, during the start of the pandemic, and some of you guys were there, during the pandemic. So could you just talk about some of your experiences, like how, how it was to maneuver through those, through the new territory, through the new way of life, as you can say, as a college student?
I can talk about it a little bit. Like, is there an echo? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Like you said, I came in the start of a pandemic, so I didn't know what college life was. I haven't experienced college life without the pandemic, so I honestly think that whenever COVID kind of lifts up, or kind of calms down a little bit, that I still have so much more to experience, things that Regine, Montreal, and Kobe have experienced that I have not. But I can say that although the pandemic is here and about right now, it still hasn't stopped me from, being my social self, from meeting people, from being, involved on campus, from going to the different events that Montreal has talked about. It'll be drastically different, of course. You guys have experienced nothing but just high school, and college is a different ball game in a good way. So I'll be in the same boat as some of you guys coming in, trying to experience the new things or whatever campus has to offer. But I will say, just like Montreal said, picking back off of that, just be involved, be social, be out, and, try to experience whatever you can for the most part. Although the pandemic is around right now, don't let that stop you at all. Still look into those different activities, involvements, and stuff of that nature to try to get your name out and try to be that social person and just to enjoy the part of college that you can enjoy.
Okay, and I'll say as far as the pandemic in college, it was very different and a hard transition for me. I had decided as a student that I would not take any online classes because I will not sit at a computer. I wanted to go to class. I wanted to be in class and meet my professors. We got sent home March the 13th of my junior year. And I have had nothing but online classes since. I'm a full-time virtual student now. And as a senior, that is very hard. I have not spoken to any of my professors this semester. So it really puts you in a place of, I know that I just got to put everything on my plate. The resources and the help that I'm used to having, I don't have that right now. I know that it's hard for the professors as well as the students to be in as much contact with us as they normally could because of what's going on with COVID. And they're often not on campus at all because of different situations that are taking place. So it is hard, but you have to keep going and do what you need to get done. And so that's the only thing for me. I do not like it at all. So, but advice for that is just stay focused and know that you have to get the work done. So I'm about to go home and finish some assignments right now.
If you cannot get a hold of your instructors, don't let that slide. Please contact one of us in the Office of Recruitment or someone in Student Success. We can get a hold of that instructor because Dr. Carr wants to be sure that every student is serviced. So don't sit there. If it's hard to get in touch with them or you can't get your assignment through, please let us know. We'll be more than welcome to help you do that.
Okay, I guess I can piggyback off of what Regine was saying. Like, so I did not like taking online classes either. Hated it actually. I like to be in person, seeing my professors, interacting with everybody. So it was definitely a big change. I felt like going to school during a pandemic, I feel like I had to grow up really fast. Like it put me towards adulting really fast because now I'm away from campus and I'm at home and I'm doing stuff on my own and then I'm back working. So I just felt like a full adult. But actually I just learned to adjust, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna email my professors. I'm gonna call them. I got all they personal numbers, they office numbers, they emails. I'm gonna call. I got any questions? I ask questions. I ask a lot of questions. Because there's nothing wrong with that at all. And I just make the best of it. Get assignments in. And then actually, like not saying I got used to it, but since it's been so long, it's adjustable. Like I do miss campus. I'm hoping that my senior year, since I have one more year to go, hopefully it'll be a little different. But it definitely was a big transition, but it wasn't hard. You just got to make the best out of certain situations. So that's what we did.
Gratefully, with me being a nursing major, I actually didn't get that transition to online. I was always in person because nursing is just one of those majors you have to learn hands-on. And so being in the nursing program, I never really had that transition to just strictly online classes. But in classes during the pandemic, we all wear masks and, we just had to social distance out in a big auditorium. And so it wasn't just too much big of a deal. We were still able to do certain things. We would have to be more flexible because everybody can't be in like certain rooms at a time. So you have to schedule to do, certain students could go first to do something, and then another group of students, then another group of students. So you just have to manage your time way better during the pandemic with in-person classes because, it's just hard you have to maintain social distancing while still doing things in person in classes. So.
I can speak a little more. How Kobe was saying it's kind of hard, and how you may have to schedule like certain times where a certain amount of students can go to the in-person class. Last semester I had a dance class that I had to attend, and it was about 30 students, 30 to 40 students in that class, but only 6 of us could come at a time. And when we came to class, we would, dance and do the different activities that we had to. And then if it wasn't your day to come to class, you'll have to join Zoom and just dance in, your dormitory or whatever area you're in. Totally different, something that you have to be comfortable with. You can't be shy doing it because you actually have to do, the different dances just to get your grades and things of that nature. And this semester I have a first aid class that I have to go to, and it's about 12 of us in there, but only 2 of us can come, either Monday or Wednesday. So being in there with just one other individual, just listen to your professor, continue to just, give instructions, continue to teach, and it's just 2 of you in there. It's like, okay, well, this is something different, something that I do have to adjust to. I'm in there for about an hour, 20 to 30 minutes with just 1 to 2 other people. Very different, but, just take your time and you'll adjust to it no matter what.
Great. Thank you all so much for your insight and your experiences that you've had at the university. And so we'll go ahead and get into the next order of business on our agenda. Again, thank you, student panel. You guys were so great. But we'll just move along to our raffle that we talked about at the beginning of this event. And so I'll let Miss Scott or Mr. Jackson give away the raffle giveaways. I know that we are giving a gift card to each one of the members, the student panel that were on the student panel. So you guys will be receiving a gift card from the university. From the Alumni Association for your participation.
This is time for questions, correct?
It is time for questions. I'm sorry, I went fast. Thank you, Brianna. I appreciate that. So for any of you who have any questions for the panel or for Ms. Castle or for myself or Ms. Meyer or anybody that presented already, please do so. Ask your questions via the chat, or if you want to chime in and just ask your questions via phone, that's fine as well.
Although I am a student, I do have a question for Ms. Castle. So I was listening when you were talking about the different scholarships and things of that nature. And I know that you said that the Dean's Tuition Scholarship is very popular. I actually have that scholarship. And my question is, it does roll over every year, correct? We don't have to reapply.
No, ma'am. As long as you maintain your 3.2 grade point average and you've taken 15 college credit hours and passed those, every semester you'll receive that scholarship.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. That's an awesome question too, because a lot of students want to know, do I have to continue to reapply? No, you don't. As long as you maintain your grade point average and your the number of hours you're taking, you do not have to reapply. Before everyone starts to leave, I really appreciate everybody, but I want you to remember we have 2 high school days coming up, and they will be in person. This is our first attempt to go back to or try to move forward in bringing people back. And so what's going to take place is that we are having a high school day on April 17th. That's at one of our football games for the high school students. And you can go to our website and sign up, you register, and that way you can get into the game free. And we're having another one on the 24th. So please go to our website and sign up. This is our first attempt to try to have some type of normalcy. So we want to invite you guys out to visit the campus You know, it's going to be socially distanced. You will have to wear a mask. And of course, we're going to follow all CDC protocols. If there is a clear bag policy with the university as well. So if you go into the game, you do have to have a clear bag, or you leave your purse or a bag in the car. But we want you to know that you are invited. Please go to the website and register for High School Day on April 17th or April 24th.
Great, thanks a lot, Ms. Castle. Are there any more questions for Ms. Castle or for the panel? Okay, so even if you may not have any questions right now, if there are any questions that may come about, please send your questions to those contacts. Ms. Castle did give you guys the contact of numerous of people on the campus, but definitely contact Ms. Castle if you have any questions as it relates to UAPB. If you have any questions for the Alumni Association, we will definitely put that contact up for you guys to contact us as well with any questions that you may have. All right. I think it may be time for the raffle. I'm not sure. Mr. Jackson, are we ready for the raffle? Or Ms. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
You said that you would like me to do the raffle portion?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jackson, do you have that already pulled together? Can I volunteer Ms. Bailey to go ahead and do the raffle? She has all of the names that we've taken down from the chat, and she has she's already filled the names out and put them into the raffle bag. So I'm gonna.
Okay, great. Well, I'm sorry. I give the floor to Miss Bailey. I'm sorry. I'm not there, so I didn't know who was
That's fine. Yes.
going to be in charge of it.
Okay.
Chanel Reese. We got a $25 gift card for you.
Which one we do? Okay, I got the Garion State. We have a $25 gift card for you as well. I have a Jonasia Nathan. We have a $25 gift card for you as well. Jalen Staten, $25 gift card. Kaya, can I get a last name for Kaya?
That's Kaya Guy.
I have a Kaya. Can I get a last name for Kaya?
It's got.
Okay, I have it. I have a Anaya Robinson. I have a Colin Harvey. I have a Shamiria Garner. I have a Keitra or Kytra. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Can I get a last name? Did we get a last name for Keitra or Kytra? Or, oh, maybe that was Kai, I'm sorry. We have that. I have a Olivia Ty. I have a AJ Shears. I have a Anicia. Anicia, can I get a last name? If you would, type it in the chat box.
That's shared too as well.
Okay, thank you. And also, I have a Keyshawn Campbell. All of the names that I just called are the winners of the gift cards that we have. Okay, and
I got theirs.
have you told them already? Okay, also we have gift cards for the other panelists, which is Kobe Simpson, Montreal Allen, and Brianna Guy. And that Regine has already received hers. Thank you guys, and this concludes our gift card. You can pick your gift cards up in Mr. Simpson's office Monday. Oh, wait, yes, Monday. Thank you. Oh, that's fine. Okay, let me mute this.
All right, so these are our chapter officers. Keontae McCoy is the president. Jennifer Rowan is the vice president. Angel Bailey is the secretary. Khaleesi Scott is the assistant secretary. Lishandra McCoy is the treasurer. Mr. Thomas Jackson Jr. is the public relations coordinator. And Mr. Ernest Simpson is our advisor. Ernest Simpson Jr. is our advisor. Thank you all for attending this event today. I know that there was a lot of information to gather, but please, ask as many questions as you need to those people who presented today. Last but not least, we will close with Mr. Ernest Simpson Jr., our advisor, to give his closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy. I just want to say, and I'll be very brief, that we appreciate all of these young people that have chosen to go to UAPB. We appreciate the panel that we had. And I just want to say to all of those that plan to go over, that one thing you need to be mindful of at all times is that while you're over there, you're not just representing you. You're representing your parents, your family, your school, your community. So as you go to UAPB, we want you to go there and make all of those persons that you're representing proud. Amen. Make sure that your parents are proud of you and can always go over and talk about, this is my son, my daughter, they're doing so well over here. So again, we want to thank you, and we thank you for choosing UAPB as your college of choice. Thank you.
Thank you all again. Enjoy the rest of your great Saturday. Thank you for your time.
Thank you all as well. Take care.
Bye, guys.